Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 1 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports. It's the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Two former division rivals in the old AFC West, the Seahawks and Chargers, are underway. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. They'll set up to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. An early task. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tuipulotu got in and dropped him.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Here's Herbert. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Herbert. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Touchdown, Chargers! Tyler Conklin from 3 yards out. And the Chargers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll set up a throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying,
oh, Darnold loses it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now it's the backup Darnold. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, they've moved. Ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing, Heineke. He'll get this right back to Rager. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Off the play fake, Heineke. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the 1st down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game, and I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains, didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Sheds off the tackle. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. First week of the preseason, probably not the pass, the impression that the rookie wants to leave right there.
Yeah, no probably about it, because that's not what you want to do to try and impress your new coaching staff. Try to impress your locker room. And most importantly, yourself. Probably spent all night last night saying, don't throw an interception early. Make sure you take care of the football. But now he's got it out of the way. Hopefully he can just settle in and move on.
On 1st and 10, Heineke. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down. Now a second down throw for Heineke. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Heineke now. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So that now back-to-back drive, CD, that have ended with an interception.
I don't know about you, but I'd call my quarterback over, put an arm around him, and say, hey, take a look at the scoreboard. We're playing with a lead. Let's be smarter about what we're doing out there.
Going up top for Kupp. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
A nice throw by the rookie from Alabama. That's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. Now a throw caught by one of their linemen. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones in the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Heineke. And quickly finding Reagor. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. A handoff, Haskins trying the right side. Fights through and now a crease. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. First down, they'll stick with Haskins. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looking to throw, Heineke. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage, Heineke. Touchdown! Will Dissly from 4 yards out. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make the score 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Here's 2nd and 8. Going up top for Kupp. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Steps away. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. Set to start another drive, and it's quarterback Taylor Heineke in charge. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. Haskins now on 1st and 10. Fights him off. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They run it again with Haskins. A gain of 3, second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A throw out wide going to be incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. To throw is Heineke. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Haskins. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. They'll bring a tight end in motion. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Haskins again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Chargers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now 21-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Hassan Haskins. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And certainly this not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this 4th quarter. Going up top for Kupp. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
That is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Haskins on a give left side. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Another run for Haskins. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Now Heineke. It's caught by Davis. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First target, first catch, and a first down. Now Heineke. That is incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do it.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes this 35-0 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. Winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about your...
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An explosive 38-yard pickup. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 17-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. 2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try to run this one in. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on two-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on two-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. The Charger drive about to get going. It has been a dream start to the preseason thus far as they look to finish things strong in the fourth quarter. Haskins with a run to begin the drive. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's a 2nd and 5. A give to Haskins up the middle. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
This was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.